Hey, what's up, friends? Let's learn about percents this chapter. This is a fun new chapter, very applicable to your everyday world. This is actually something that you're going to use in your life. So, you're going to understand that percent is just a fraction out of 100, and you're going to be able to model what a percent looks like. All right, so a percent looks like this. Anytime you see that symbol, it means percent or percent part out of 100. So we are going to walk into a little conversation today with some friends. And today in this chapter, we're going to talk about percents. A percent is the number out of 100. Check out this example to the right. Do you see 32% means 32 black ones out of 100 total squares? The bird says, I get it, Max. You shaded 32 out of the 100 squares to show 32%. That's correct, Poe. How about this one? Well, let's see. You shaded 52 squares, so that would be 52%, or 52 out of the 100 are shaded black. So that's what we mean when we say percent. We're talking about something where we have 100 of it, and we're talking specifically a number of that 100. So a percent, this is the big takeaway, a percent is a fraction out of 100. So 52% can also be written as 52 out of 100. That's all that a percent is. So let's do that. Let's create some percents. All of these squares have 100. So we're going to find the percent of the squares of the blocks that are black. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 times 6 is 24% of those are black. This one we've got 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. Another 10, so there's 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. 36% of those are black. And over here, we've got probably 10 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that way. So we got 20% there. All right, your turn. Do the bottom three because they are in your notes. So pause, do it, and I'm going to push play again and you'll see the answers. Pause and count. All right, let's see how you did. All of the black ones are shaded in, right? So 100% of them are black. And we have 5%. Did you get 68% on this last one? What I did is I counted the white ones and I wrote that down. And then I was like, hold on, just kidding. I'm looking for the black. So then I did 100 minus 32, and that's where I got 68%. That's what percents are. They are just a part over 100. Now, like we've talked about, you can change any percent into a fraction. So this right here is 20 out of 100, which we could also write as 20%. Here's my trick here. I started at 20 out of 100. What I like to do is I like to take the one right there and the two zeros, and that helps me remember that it's a percent because I take this one and I put it diagonal. I take those two zeros and boom, have a percent sign, which reminds me that anytime I see a fraction with this 100, I know that I can take that over 100 and change it into a percent sign. So this last one is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 out of 100, which is 16%. All right, your turn again in your notes. Do the next three in your notes, pause it, and then I'll show you the answers. How did you do? I got 80%, 38%, and 52%. Did I count correctly, or are you going to tell me where I went wrong, where I miscounted? The next thing I want to tell you about percents is often percents will be seen in a pie chart. And when we see a pie chart, it means that it represents a whole. If you add the entire graph, you have 100% of whatever you're talking about. So if we look here, we have 50%, 25%, 15%, and 10%. When you add that up, you will get 100% every time. Anytime you see a circle graph and it has percents, it will always be 100%. Since you know that a circle graph equals 100%, you can figure out the missing piece. So we have all of this. We can add up 12, 38, 18, 26. We can figure out that all of this is 94%. Well, then that means that what we're missing in order to make it a total 100% is the 6% right there. And when we add them all up, it gives you one complete 100%. So let's practice that a little bit. Here we have 25, 15, 10, 20, and 5. It's 5, 10, 15, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 75%. If I go 100 minus 75, I will get 25% right here. And that makes sense because it's equal to that 25% that's next to it, isn't it? All right, what if we have a 38 and a 38%? That would be 76%. 100 minus 76% is 24%. Do you see how all percents add up? Write that in, add up to 100%. That way we can find missing pieces. All right, this last one looks super fun. Maybe we'll go 5, 10, there's 15, 15, 20, 25, and another 15. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. What's left? 10%. All right, it's your turn again. Figure out what is missing in these percent pie charts below. All right, time to compare your answers with my answers. I got 12% for the first one, 50% for the second one, and then 8% for the third one. How did I do? How did you do? If we're not the same, which one of us made the mistake? Margie did math homework for 25 minutes, science homework for 60 minutes, and took a break for 15 minutes. Write a percent to represent the portion of time that Margie spent on science homework. So where this is a percent problem, it often is easier to first write it as a percent and then just use that 100 to make it a percent. So when we have a percent, we need something over something else, right? A total. What we're looking for is a percent of science homework. Science homework took her 60 minutes. And the total will be all of the minutes put together. So if we have 25 plus 15 plus 60, that will be 100. So this one works out perfectly because the bottom number is always already 100, which means we can take the 100 and turn it into, oh, that's not what goes there. Hold on. What I meant to say is write the fraction first. And now to answer the question, take this 100 and rewrite it as a percent. Get my face out of the way. And then change it into 60. So 60% of the time she was doing her science homework, which means that 25% of the time she was doing math, 15% of the time she took a break. And that is how you do percents. Let's do one more problem together. Maybe not. In your notes, there is a question that looks like this. Javier designed a mosaic wall mural using 100 tiles in 3 different colors: yellow, blue, and red. If 60 of the tiles are yellow, what percent of the tiles are either red or blue? So this is like our pie chart, correct? Let's go back to here so I can draw. So they said 60 of the tile, was it 60? Yep, 60 of the tiles are yellow. There are 100 total tiles. So the way I would think about this one is I would use a pie chart and I would say, all right, if 60, we're going to say that's about 60%, is yellow, then that means the rest of this is red and blue. And that's what it's asking, right? So what percent of that is red and blue? Well, it would have to be, in order for all of this to equal 100%, that must mean that this portion left over must be 40%, because 60 and 40 equals 100%. So we can say that 40% of the tiles are red or blue. All right, it's your turn now. What percent is represented by the shaded part? Count it up, write it in. Hopefully, you got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. 68%. Might have been easier to do it the opposite way. 10, 20, 30, 32, and then being like, oh, well then, if white is 32%, then that must mean the black is 68%. Either way, you should get an answer of 68%. All right, a floor has 100 tiles. There are 22 black tiles and 35 brown tiles. The rest of the tiles are white. What percent of the tiles are white? Find it. Because there are 100 tiles, I can do it in a pie chart. 100% of the tiles, 100% of them are tiles. It says 22 are black, 35 are brown, kind of estimating, right? The important thing is that when I add the white tiles, it will all equal 100%. So if I take the 22 and the 35 and add them up, that gives me 57. So 50% of them are black or brown. To find the white, I'm going to then subtract that from 100, and I am going to get 43. So 43% are white. And now you know how to find percents, how to write percents, what percents always equal. And it's time to move on and build your trail. Practice it all on your own. See you later.